Week 14 is here. My voice is cracking and going, and let's make some picks. What is up, football fans? How is everyone doing on this Wednesday morning? I will talk a little bit about a schedule change more. I'll continue to talk about it more. But things might change time-wise on my release of videos because my son will be born next Friday, and we'll see. Unfortunately, you might not get your 7 a.m. videos, or you might. I might be up late and say, screw it. He might be sleeping over there in a bassinet. He might be on me, and I might record the videos. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. But we are going to make our picks and kind of recap last week's games, which I did horribly. Let's jump into it. Check out Sleeper. That is who's sponsoring this video. That's who has been sponsoring and have been fantastic this whole football season. You get a free $20 entry, no deposit needed. You also can get 100% matched up to $100 with the promo code DDW. Now, this is what the app looks like. Fantastic app, really fun to use. Again, you come over here, you can do the picks. They got all the different sports up here. You see the free $20 entry. But you go to the Pick'em League, which I started. And let me just run down the road, right? So week 11, your boy, you're not going to show it now? You're going to make me look like a liar? Well, anyway, we'll go to week 12. Will it show week 11? No. Week 12, I did 11-3. I was good. The 3 that I lost was Buffalo, the Raiders. I thought they were going to be better than the Browns, and I thought the Eagles were going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. So I was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty good. Then last week, woof, 9-7. Look at those. The whole Thanksgiving and Black Friday, I bombed. Then obviously everyone and their mother thought the Rams were going to beat the Panthers. They didn't. I thought the Colts were going to win. They didn't. I should have stuck with my guns. If you remember watching the Pick'em League, Pick'em game video last week, I said, Jets are going to win this one. I have a good feeling about the Jets. Outside of that, I would have done fine. But it's like all of the underdogs kind of won. So now we're at the current week. We are going to make our picks. We're going to kind of recap last week's game. We're going to start with tomorrow's game, which is the Dallas Cowboys going to Detroit to take on the Lions. The Lions lost again, but they lost to the Green Bay Packers, which is a good team. Dallas beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this one is interesting. I will say this. A lot of Thursday night, Monday night, Sunday night games have been really good. Now, this past Monday night game was horrible. Again, it's the Patriots beating down on another bad team. But that Sunday night game, you went into it seeing Broncos Washington. Man, ain't gonna be nothing. It was good. If not for Marcus Mariota getting the ball smacked down, they would have won that game. This one's interesting to me. Again, Detroit's giving 3. They are the home team, which normally happens. So it's kind of like an even keel of Detroit versus Dallas. I'm gonna stick and I'm going to go with Detroit. But Dallas could win this. Dallas is playing different all of a sudden. That's going to be interesting. This next one, I think this is kind of easy peasy lemon squeezy. But again, in today's NFL, nothing's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Seattle's heading to Atlanta. Seattle's giving 7.5. Seattle's defense is playing fantastic. Like their defense is, well, look who their head coach is. He was the defensive coordinator, right, of the Ravens, McDonald, playing ridiculously good. Atlanta not playing good at all. Michael Penix is done for the year, so you have Kirk Cousins in there. I like the way Seattle's playing, even if Darnold struggles here and there. I'm going with Seattle, even giving 7.5. I think they win by a good margin. Then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who lost to Buffalo, taking on the Baltimore Ravens, who lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. The AFC North has no winning record. The number one team in the AFC North is the Baltimore Ravens, sitting at 6-6. This game here might decide who is going to win the division. Lamar Jackson looked like crap against Cincinnati. The Steelers did not look good. Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Again, what is this going to be? Who's going to play at their best? I'm going to go with Baltimore. Just because I think they have a bounce back game, and I think they're playing at home, even though they played at home last week. I just, for some reason in my gut, I'm going with Baltimore. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably going to be so wrong. Then we have Buffalo hosting Cincinnati. Buffalo's giving 6. I would take Cincinnati in that one. I think with Joe Burrow back and him and Jamar Chase and all those guys starting to connect. The defense for Cincinnati actually played really well against the Baltimore Ravens last week. The Bills came out and they shellacked the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to stick with the hot hand in Buffalo. I think this is around the time, December, where Buffalo kind of gets their stuff together. We all saw it in 2023. The Dolphins have a 3-game lead on the AFC East. Buffalo kind of got their stuff together. The Patriots have a big lead on the AFC East. I expect Buffalo to get their stuff together. Buffalo will be playing New England soon as well. I like Buffalo in this one, but that's 6. I would go with Cincinnati. Then you got the crap ball. Whoever loses this game has not a fast track, because I think Tennessee is going to get that number 1 pick, but I'm going to go with Cleveland in this one. I think Tennessee has too many issues. Right? They have an interim head coach in there. Cam Ward is all on him, whereas Cleveland, they still have, Myles Garrett. They still have weapons. They have a run game, and, maybe Shador will get another shot. I like Cleveland in this one. And again, I think, Tennessee loses this one. You can stamp it. They're going to have the number 1 pick again. What do they do with that? We'll talk about that when the season is over. Then you have the Indianapolis Colts versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have to look this up. I think the Colts suck in Jacksonville, if my memory is correct. The Colts haven't won since 2014 in Jacksonville, which is interesting. I'm going to go with Jacksonville. 2014, that is 9 years ago that the Colts have not won in Jacksonville. The Colts ended up losing last week in a game they definitely shouldn't have lost to. You know what? I'll take that back. Houston's playing different. I wouldn't say they definitely shouldn't have lost to that game. Houston's playing different. Houston's playing harder. But again, last week, Jacksonville faced Tennessee. And again, not knocking Tennessee, but that's a free win for them. I'm still going with Jacksonville just because it hasn't been since 2014. But there was also that record of how many home, opening games they've lost and how many opening games the Dolphins won and yada, yada, blah, 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 gaga, gaga, pa, pa, pa. So, but I'm going to still stick with that one. Then we have Washington taking on Minnesota. Now, from what I'm hearing, J.J. McCarthy should be back. Washington is giving a 1.5. The Jaguars are getting a 1.5, so obviously that doesn't matter. But Washington is giving a 1.5. Like I said, if Marcus Mariota could have just gotten that pass over, I don't want to butcher his name, Batoni, they would have won the game because the running back was butt open in the flat. But obviously he didn't. Ball got smacked down. Denver ended up winning. Minnesota got beat down bad by Seattle. This is an interesting game. Both of these teams aren't making the playoffs, so whoever wins and whatever. I'm actually, what do I want to go here? You know what? I like the way Mariota's playing. I'm gonna go with Washington. It's a 1.5 point spread, but I could see Minnesota's defense playing a little bit better. So that's going to be interesting. Then you have the Miami Dolphins heading to my neck of the woods, New Jersey, to take on the Jets. The Jets will be wearing their rivalry jerseys. It is going to be cold. It is about 30 degrees right now as I'm recording this video. It's going to be a cold, blistering game. It's going to really show what this Dolphin team is all about. I will tell you who I pick Friday. when I do my previews. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet and come back Friday for that video. Then you have the Saints taking on Tampa Bay. I'm going with Tampa Bay, even though Tampa Bay's given 8.5. Jesus. I keep that closer. Tyler Shuck. He impressed me watching him play the Dolphins last week and watching him command the offense, make the audibles, make some of the throws. I think he's better than a lot of people are giving him not credit for. I think that's something that the Saints could build around. And I think the Saints, and this isn't me saying like, oh, don't take a quarterback so they follow the Dolphins at like 10 or whenever we're picking. But I honestly think that that's a guy you could build around, see what you got for 2026. And then if he's not it, you take him in 2027. 2027 is the year of the quarterback, apparently, not 2026. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. The next one we have is the Broncos taking on the Raiders. I don't think I really need to tell you why I think the Denver Broncos are going to win this one. The Denver Broncos are giving 7.5. The Raiders are just bad. Yeah, they're just a bad football team. Plain and simple. They are, 2-10. They might have the second pick. They will take a quarterback. If the Jets don't get worse, if that makes any English sense, then the Raiders, Mendoza is going to go to the Raiders. That's the way I see it. If the Raiders get the second pick, Titans probably stay pat, take the best player, or hope that the Jets will trade away a lot to get to the first pick to hop in front of the Raiders. Because I think the Raiders, if they get that number 2 overall pick, they will take Mendoza. Because they bad. They real bad. Then you got the Rams taking on the Cardinals. The Rams. Jeez Louise. Everyone was talking high and mighty about the Rams, talking about how good they are, how they're the best team in football, and then they go and lose to the Panthers. Arizona losing to Tampa Bay in a close one, though. I'm going with the Rams to bounce back. They don't have to travel far from Los Angeles to Arizona. They're giving 8.5. I think they're going to be pissed, and I think they're going to come out and win. But I will say this. Jacoby Brissett, good for you, man. Good for you. You're playing some good sound football over there in Arizona. Then you have the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay mother-loving Packers. As Tom Grossi says, the Packers are given 6.5. This is going to be an interesting game. Do they play again, or is this the first time that... No, they do play again. They play again in like 2 weeks. They got this game, the Broncos, and then the Bears again. Wow, you got a gauntlet to really see what Green Bay is all about. I love Green Bay's defense, what they did against Detroit. Aiden Hutchins was non-factor against Green Bay on Thanksgiving. Chicago, on the other hand, are playing very, very well. They beat the Eagles 24-15, a sound win. You know, they beat the Steelers, they beat the Vikings, they beat the Giants, they beat the Bengals. You know, they beat bad teams. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And Chicago, don't come after me. You beat the Cowboys, the Raiders, the Commanders, the Saints, the Bengals, the Giants. But then you come out and you beat the Eagles, and that should shut a lot of people up, especially because you didn't beat them by a field goal. This is going to be a good game. I'm very interested to see how does Chicago come into this one. How do they play? This won't decide the division winner, because right now Chicago is the number 1 seed in the NFC. They play again, but I'm going to go with Green Bay because they're home. And I like the way Green Bay's defense is playing, and some of the throws Jordan Love was throwing. Looking good, looking real good. Then we have the Houston Texans, Sunday Night Football, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. A very good Sunday night game. This is interesting. If the Chiefs lose this one, they're on the cusp of not making the playoffs. Losing to losing to the Dallas Cowboys. And again, it was by 3. It was a very, very entertaining game on Thanksgiving. But losing to the Cowboys, Houston coming out, beating Indy, Houston starting to play better. This is going to be my last time picking the Chiefs if they lose this one. But I think the Chiefs come out and I think they get this W, mostly because they're at home. mostly because they're at home. And then you got the Monday night game. Like I said, these primetime games actually have been really good. This week for primetime games is really good. Having the Cowboys, Lions, the Texans, Chiefs, and now the Eagles taking on the Chargers in LA. Eagles giving 3. Justin Herbert has a fractured bone in his hand. He said he will play this game. He had surgery, I think, yesterday. Will Philadelphia bounce back? You know, the Chargers are without their starting tackles. What will Philadelphia and their struggles on offense do? I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. We will see how that pans out. The Chargers have a gauntlet coming up. So they need to kind of pull themselves together and kind of get this ship a rolling, because they could very easily go from 8-4 to possibly 8-9. And I know that's blasphemy, because, you know, it is what it is, but you got the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Broncos. Your easiest game out of those is the Cowboys and the Texans, and that's not even that easy. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what these Chiefs can do. Not Chiefs, what the Chargers can do. And speaking of the Chiefs, they also have somewhat of a gauntlet coming up with the Texans, with the Chargers, with the Broncos, and again, they have the Titans and the Raiders. So they need to win the next they got to win 3 of the next 5, because what, they're sitting at 6-6. It's gonna be crazy. Gonna be crazy week of football. But be sure to subscribe if you are new. I do this every Wednesday, and I appreciate everyone who watches the pick videos. You are the best. I will see you either tomorrow. I'm going to do a video breaking down Tua. So I don't know if I'm going to put it out tomorrow or Saturday. But I'm going to look at film from him in 2023 and film from him now and kind of be like, what is going on with this dude? So check it out. It'll be coming out soon. But again, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Like usual, stay classy. If it's up.